done with the housekeeping. We're going to bring on Kunle, one of my favorite presenters, I'd say one of my top 3 favorite podcasts. It's funny, we got Kunle and Kurt, probably the top 2 podcasts in the e-commerce space, both on late today and Kurt later today. Kunle, how's it going?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you, Derek, for the kind words on 2x e-commerce. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. You deserve it, man. You've been working hard, and I know that you work so closely with so many different brands, and I think that's what gives you the ability to be kind of a great podcast host as well. I honestly haven't operated inside e-commerce in a long time. It's been over 2.5 years for me. I am only looking at the technology tools these days, so it really helps, to be an operator, I would say.
Thank you, and appreciate the tooling. When you came on Commerce Excel and you shared what an e-commerce tech stack looks like, I learned a ton. So the ecosystem definitely needs someone who keeps abreast with the ever-changing dynamics in this industry. It's incredibly going fast.
Thanks so much. We are looking for capital, by the way, if anybody's listening and wants to invest. But anyways, are you're sharing your screen and you've got a presentation?
I just will do now.
Awesome.
Share screen.
And let's see what my team is saying. I think we've got about 100 people live. Go ahead and say hi in chat. Don't be shy. We got a few people in here, and we have about 1,300 registrants in total for the event. So thank you, everybody, for joining us live today. Hello from Sweden. Awesome. Nigeria. Samuel, good to have you. Thanks for joining us. It is probably pretty late for both of you. All right. Looks like you're ready here. We've got this. I'm really looking forward to this. Kunle, I'm going to let you take it away.
I'm all fired up. I'm just going to turn on my clock, my timer. Just
you're fine. So, we started 2 minutes late, so you've got till 9:42. Let's say.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. So I have about 37 slides I want to go through in 20 minutes. So no pressure. This is a Black Friday preparedness for e-commerce teams. Essentially, this is going to help e-commerce teams, essentially just check a few boxes for e-commerce. A little bit about me. I'm a podcast host. I'm an advisor to a few e-commerce businesses, a handful of them. I'm an international speaker. I work closely with the Facebook group. It's a Facebook Institute of Journalism. I'm the resident e-commerce expert there. And I just recently started my e-commerce acquisition entrepreneurship journey with another partner. This is me. I'm not going to sort of talk too much about myself, but let's go. What this talk is all about. Three key tranches: product optimization for Q4, audience building, and then campaign structure. What I'm not going to talk about is the iOS updates, the MPP updates. I'm not talking about any of these. Neither am I going to talk about the issues with supply chain. I'm just going to talk about key things you need to do to build out a rock solid Black Friday campaign that's very cognizant about your audience size. The key thing really is your audience size, your total addressable audience size. How can you start building it right now to get a better Black Friday or a better Cyber Week than last year, essentially? So we're going to talk about Q4 prep, social platforms, traffic pixel data, email list build, SMS list build, search, Google, email, and Facebook. This is strategic talk, so it's not going to go very tactical, but there will be some slides that will show you the insides of some of the campaigns I've been involved with in prior BFCM campaigns. So let's go. So how do you kill it in Black Friday? You need 5 key things. One is email marketing. It's going to drive you the most revenue. Coming very close to it is SMS. Use it for prompting, reminders, and notifications. Essentially, Facebook retargeting comes very close. Google AdWords, I would say, is depending on your brand, it will be just at par with the first 3. And then retargeting on other platforms, be it social advertising, retargeting, or retargeting platforms. So we're going to cover all these 5 key pillars towards really striking it hot this Black Friday. So let's go. Now, in regard to product optimization, this is not what you could do this year. It's what you could do next year. It is really product optimization. It's really product launches. Have you ever noticed why, or have you ever wondered why in the second week of September, Apple releases have a product release, their new iPhones. They this year they released their new iPhone, new iPad. It is really to prime people up for Q4. There is artificial scarcity now, and then in Q4, all of a sudden, as in all of the products become available, and then you could buy for yourself or buy for for your loved ones. It's essential that in Q3, moving forward, you try and just wow your customers again, especially your loyal customers, with something new, particularly if there's innovation in your product. And so you really want to deliver and launch a product in Q3. Just trigger a bit of artificial scarcity over the coming weeks in Q3 and the start of Q4, and then just unleash it in the run up to BFCM. It works. It really works. I'm working with a client now that's about to release their own product next week. It's just a new color variation. So they deal a lot with colors, basically, and they're releasing 2 new color variations next week, in order to just get everybody excited again ahead of Q4. It's also a great way to strike just attention and excitement, essentially, with your base. This is September 7th. Obviously, you know that the AirPods are they released the AirPods in September, on their September event in 2016, and the rest is history. I think this is their biggest selling SKU. In terms of audience building, pretty much the D2C e-commerce brands or retail brands that address the biggest audiences and the most engaged audiences will win big in Q4. So what are the audiences you should be building right now? You should be telling your team to build right now. On the one hand is pixel-driven audience list, and on the other hand is owned media, audience list. For the pixel-driven audience list, we're looking at Facebook custom audiences, your Google Ads website retargeting list, Snapchat, if that's a demographic or a channel you're doing, just install it anyway, as in it's a pixel that can be gathering data for you, so you can retarget. Remember, Pinterest audience list, you even have Twitter audience list. You could get these at a bare minimum running on the background of your site, because what you're doing is you're building audiences for on their platform, so that come an event such as Black Friday, you could retarget what you've essentially sowed. It's like a harvest event, really. So sow your seeds now on those platforms. If you've sown it for the last 3, 6, 5 days, good on you. Most of you at the base level would have Facebook and maybe Google. Consider many other channels. On the other hand, we have our own media list, which is email, your mobile phone or your cell phone list, as you call it in the States, push notification list, and also your Facebook Messenger list. There are various tools that can help you. For Facebook, you could use Recart to build out that list. Your push notification, there are many tools. Derek is best to give you all the tech stack for this, but essentially realize that you have an owned media list, which really interacts with, gives you the access to these customers directly, and your pixel driven list. Now, in terms of your email list, you're going to have to segment your email list. At a very minimum, you want to have a list for your VIP customers and your engaged active customers at the very minimum. Now, if you want to take it a notch up, as I've done in the past, you should have all 5, which is VIP customer list, inactive and lost leads, who the activation sequences for that, engaged customers, engaged active subscribers, sorry. So subscribers are people who have not purchased, but they're still opening up your emails. They're still one step towards becoming customers, and they're engaging, they're clicking through to your offers. And so they should be special. They should be segmented from all others. Engaged customers, engaged active customers, obviously, are active customers who are clicking and opening your emails, probably even responding to your emails. And then low spenders. Low spenders are, people who have not quite hit the threshold of what you think of your AOV, for instance. So that's the least important, but those 4 are quite important to identify. So this is what I did last year, I think, for with a brand, an apparel brand, and what they do is that they've set a time frame up. So if you look at the column in frequency, they've set a time frame up of about 180 days, and they expect their customers or their subscribers to take particular actions within the 180 days. In your business, it might be different. It might be 365 days. It might be 2 years. If you're doing furniture, or if you're doing homeware, it could be 30 days. It could be 60 days. So you set your time frame, and then you set the criteria in order to define who goes on that. So for the VIP in this case, we use the recency frequency value, computation, and we said, okay, in the last 90 days, have they purchased twice, right? And have they spent over $500 in the last 180 days? And have they spent twice in the last 180 days? So you want to look at that. What's their last purchase, which is within the last 90 days? How many times have they purchased within the last 180 days? And how much have they spent? If you use tools such as Klaviyo, you have Ometria, you have eCommerce, it will do all of this computation for you. You just need to set the rules and criteria to create these segments automatically in the background. Once you have these segments, now's the time to start crafting flows that speak to this, to this segment. For your VIP, for instance, you could have an early, Black Friday, Cyber Monday event for your VIP, just to show them that they're worthy. Or when you're releasing products, they could have an early access to your product launches. For your engaged and active customers, you might have another sort of general campaign for them. For the inactive ones, you might have a re-engagement campaign. For the active engaged subscribers, you may want to give them an offer to just tip them over to be eventually becoming customers. And for your low spenders, you might give them offers like 2-for-1 offers, or give them high AOV offers saying, okay, if you spend $100 or more on our website, we're going to take 10% off. So there are many ways to speak to these customers, but you need to segment them in order to identify them. And then when you segment them automatically in the background, you start to see which of these segments are more important, because you start to see a dollar value or revenue attributed to each group, and you know where to sort of place your attention. So this is the VIP list. As I said, I just explained it to you in regards to the 90 days, over two orders in the last 180 days, and a spend of $500 in the last 180 days. This can change, in any of your cases. In regards to so in this case, which is active subscriber list, they just haven't purchased. They've been engaging over your predefined time frame. They've purchased more than once. They've come to your, they've opened it more than once, but they just haven't purchased as yet. For inactive and lost, they have purchased, but they haven't purchased recently. For low spenders, they just haven't hit a certain predefined dollar amount you've set within a time period. In terms of like your Facebook audience pixel breakdown, you have your on-site pixel data on the left and email list. So obviously you can upload, or you should already upload automatically. Most ESPs have, or CDPs have, a way of automatically updating their list with your Facebook list. So that's a given. But in regards to on-site pixel data, not many brands do this quite well. Do you have you set up audiences of for people, or for Facebook users that have played your videos, engaged with your post? You should be running that on the background all of the time. Have you got that for IG, so for Instagram engagement? Have you got that for shopping, in terms of like your shopping interaction, people who've interacted with your shopping feed? Have you done that with your lead form interaction? If you're building leads, by the way, you should be building a lead. You should start running a lead generation ad now. So all of these you should be very cognizant of these audiences. So you build off platform, or you build for platform audiences, so you could retarget them on Black Friday. Sometimes these audiences generate 10% more sales than just the traditional retargeting, which is on-site retargeting. This is a full-on breakdown. You can take a screenshot of this. You have your Facebook pixel, website, obviously website visitors, content views, add to carts, and search. On for Facebook sources, you've got 50% video views on top, videos. You've got page engagers, based on visits, posts, call to actions, inbound messages via Messenger, page or post saves. Same thing with Instagram and shopping. This is just an overview of all the options you should be tapping into for Q4. That's on the left, the Facebook engagement. You want to set it up to 365 days, really, because that's a bigger. That's just that captures more people. So think about it that over the year, the last 1 year since last Black Friday, how many people have engaged with our page? Can we still reach out to them over this Black Friday? Can we start reaching out to them now with just awareness campaigns, not necessarily setting the objective of your campaign to awareness? You still set it to conversions, but just reminding them that you exist now. And that's where the product launch actually really works really well, because if you have something new to say, it gets them more excited and puts you top of mind. Okay. In regards to Snapchat goes as far back as 395 days. That is what, according to my math, 30 days more, so 13 months. You could capture customer list, or you can upload your customer list. It has deep integration with Shopify, website event with a pixel on there. If you run a mobile app, you could run mobile app events and add engagement. I'm not going to go deep into Snapchat, but if there's 1,000 matches for your email, it would create an audience for you for retargeting, essentially. For Google, Google is a bit more generous. So with your Google retargeting, you could go back as much as 540 days, right? 540 days. So you could retarget, Google Search Network, YouTube, Google Gmail. It is a channel you want to do. So what I do is I split it out to 365 days, and then from 366 days to 540. So you just kind of like segment, in that respect. Twitter is similar. It would only you can only use the last 90 days though. Also, if you don't have any retargeting platforms, set something up now. It just closes up the gap in terms of lost data. It's certainly something you want to do. Email marketing over Black Friday and Cyber Week. Communicate your brand essence now. You really want to get some special flows to show your why, your ethics, why you exist, whether it's about ethics, whether it's about sustainability. Start to communicate your brand's essence now and be top of mind. And if you have a product to launch, definitely do that. Just be top of mind essentially right now in prep or to the run up of Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Also, the velocity and the growth of your email list is very important. This is from another client of mine. This is how they've grown in the last 1 year. You could see that, it was 110K, last year. They're 160K. They're going to have a better Black Friday, essentially. And all this have been acquired ethically. It's in their Klaviyo. And they're just going to address, they're addressing more people. So you should look into your list now and see, has our list grown 30% year on year? Because if it hasn't grown 30% year on year, you might have issues, with Black Friday, because there'll be some inactive, people on the list, subscribers on the list. You really want to, address that. Just grow your email list rapidly. One hack to do is run a lead generation campaign in exchange for something on Facebook right now, to start to build it out. This is a breakdown of segments. It's just a repetition of what I said before, but this is very specific to Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So if you're going for a light lift, campaign, you want to address just 2 segments, which is the VIP high spenders and every other subscriber. So for the VIPs, give them early access to your Black Friday, Cyber Monday. At least 12 hours head start. Give them a 12-hour head start to let them feel special. And then use special codes like, VIP 25, what have you. Just maximize the average spend of this group first before you move to your main campaign for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. If you're running a medium lift for your email, look at your VIP and high spenders. then look into addressing your active subscribers and active customers, and then also try and see how you can activate your lost customers or inactive customers, because they have spent money with you. And so for the inactive and lost subscribers, send a separate set of emails to them. Protect your sender reputation. You have to, but activate this segment with additional incentives to purchase from you. Okay. For engaged subscribers and customers, this is just your core Black Friday, Cyber Monday, promotion. If you're doing a heavy lift, what you want to do is you want to then layer in inactive, low spenders. So you want to send them more bundled offers. Engaged subscribers only, focus on getting the first sale. Inactive subscribers, send a separate email. Sets of emails. Protect your sender reputation, as I said, and focus on just the first time purchase. If you're also looking to, that's it really for the heavy lift. Just combine all 5. You want to really address like 5 segments, 6 segments. Sorry. That's it for email lists. You could take a screenshot of this if it appeals to you. Adjust your evergreen flows. I remember what Chase Diamond said. He said, if like your abandoned cart, for instance, activates after like 8 hours, for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, bring that down to like 1 hour, because it's such a short window. People are in buy mode. They understand that they need to take action soon. So reduce the time delay for triggers in all of your email flows over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. For your abandoned cart, send 2-3 emails, 1 hour. I wouldn't even say 1 day, as the slide alludes to, 12 hours, and then 1 day after abandonment. For your browser abandonment, you need to send 1-2 emails as soon as possible. Adjust your welcome series, particularly for new subscribers you get, and then your purchase flow. Always put that Black Friday vibe, let them know, let them be aware that, oh, this is Black Friday. All those flows should reflect that it's Black Friday. So yeah, that's pretty much it on Black Friday. In terms of your campaign bid strategy in Facebook, definitely go manual. So with the bid cap, Facebook allows you to go manual and bid very high with big budgets. So in this case, we're bidding 200. We bid 500 before, in order to just beat all competition. There's a lot of competition on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and you want to be above the mark, essentially. So 60 to 70% of your campaign should be bid cap, manual bids, and then run them side by side with auto bids. Just run them side by side, and don't be afraid to spend, because what you put out there you get back. Don't be afraid to spend, really. In regards to this is a bit contentious. Some people say always go manual. I say go CBO. Try and throw in a ton of ads. A ton of creatives to just optimize and let Facebook do the optimization. But the most important thing is set up your campaigns early, please. Don't set it up on the Thursday on Thanksgiving. Set it up the week before Thanksgiving. Okay. And this is another sort of screenshot. I'm just going to be wrapping up here. So this is an ad set structure. We target email lists, right? We target on-site pixels. So on-site pixels being your website visits, your view content. We target off-site pixels. So off-site pixels, everything that's happening on Facebook, the engagement on Facebook. And we target lookalikes, based on the 1% CLV. And then what we do again is we break down image ads, 1-to-1, 16.9 image ads, which are for like desktop Facebook, 4.5 video ads, that's 4 to 5 aspect ratio video ads, I beg your pardon, and then 9 to 16 story ads. So it's very extensive. This is just one Black Friday campaign, and then we just let it run to see what does well. At the same time, we do manual bids to ensure that there's manual bidding going on. This is the Power 5, if you're not aware of it. It's just simplicity, account simplicity, 10 image or video creatives, 5 ad text, 5 headlines, 5 descriptions. You could do more manual stuff outside of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but I suggest, DCO all the way over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Final list of tips: leverage influencers over BFCM. Start to leverage them now. Update your pops, so use them as announcements, channels, to announce, to make announcements of all your offers. especially the influencers that you've worked with very well over the last 12 months. Update all your pop-ups to ensure that you utilize acute urgency and scarcity. Start even update them now to start, getting a lot of emails and SMSs. Send push notifications, send SMSs. Speed up your stores now, please. Speed it up now. Adjust the copy in third-party retargeting platforms in line with the period's offer. I've seen it a lot where even your Google AdWords isn't updated, with Black Friday. Hey, we're running Black Friday over the Black Friday, Cyber Monday week. Focus on a multi-channel, multi-communication. Focus on a multi-channel communication strategy for your audiences to not neglect any communication channel and effectively communicate all your offers. Kill it this Friday, folks. Thank you. That was a quick one.
Hey, we got time left. No, you did great.
Do we?
Awesome. Yeah, maybe I heard your timer go off. I think it went off at 20 minutes, not 30.
Yeah,
So
yes, it did.
So
It did.
let's make sure we get the plug for Kunle. When should people talk to you? When should people reach out to you, work with you?
It is late now to talk to me on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I actually had my last conversation this morning with the clients. So what I was doing this morning was really onboarding. What we're discussing is how we're going to onboard their team, just align their strategy. I just have a look at what they're doing from their plan for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and kind of align it with what they should be doing essentially. So it was more like a gap analysis. But most of what I said now, it's pretty much a playbook from a performance standpoint in the terms of the structure of your Facebook ads and email, marketing in terms of what you can do. I think the most important thing now is just look at your email, because email is going to be a major driver to your success. Is like, are we going to go for a light lift? Are we going to go for a medium lift? And are we going to go for a heavy lift? And this really depends on your team, the capacity of your team over that period. So if you have a small team, just go for a light lift. If you have a somewhat agile team and you have a few people who can do copy for you, then go for a medium lift. If you're willing to go all in, there's a lot of work to be done on the heavy lift, because you're talking to VIP customers, inactive customers, low spenders, engaged customers, inactive subscribers, and engaged subscribers only. So that particular group, first of all, it has to be substantial in terms of your list. Your list has to be substantial enough for you to want to go for a heavy lift. But if it is substantial and you have the resources, definitely do that. But I'd say if you've not done any of this, start up with a light lift. SMS, do not neglect it. These slides do not they do not go too much into SMS, but use it more as a notification and as a follow-up with your customers. Start showing that you care now with your customers, checking on them without asking for anything right now, so that you're warming them up towards that Cyber Week. And then over Cyber Week, on Thanksgiving Day, just say, let them know about your Black Friday while it's going. Let them know at the end. Let them know. Don't go too hard on SMS. Just use it as a means. Understand it's a means to get directly. It's directly to your customers. And so use it sparingly, use it with wisdom. And I think if you sort of blend it with your email strategy, you'll squeeze a lot from your audience, from your addressable audience.
I love it. And you bring up a good point of really now growing this email list as much as humanly possible. Antonio asks, did I hear you say do a Facebook campaign with lead generation as the target? And there's a lot of different ways to collect email address. What do you think about Facebook ad campaigns specifically for email collection?
It verges more on quality. So you're going to get a lot of quantity without necessarily quantity. Always give an incentive with the Facebook lead campaign. You need to give something upfront. If like there is a something of value, of real value, that's a soft or digital product, don't be afraid to give that out in exchange for email, because what you're try and pre-qualify them with the offer you make on Facebook. I would say make it an intrinsic reward rather than an extrinsic reward. An extrinsic reward would be more like, hey, here's 20% off. Here's a 20% off discount. Yes, I could save it, but do I really remember your brand? If, however, I have a style guide, let's say we're in apparel, for instance, and it's really related to style guide for Q4 in 2022. This is just 2021. I'm just hypothetically speaking. That's more appeals to an interest. So people only interested in that style guide and want to have it. And then you could put them in an email flow afterwards. And off the back of that email flow, you could filter out engaged versus non-engaged. And then your Black Friday, Cyber Monday will focus on just the engaged rather than the inactive.
I love it. And I'll add that if you go back to the Recart session from yesterday, you can use Recart's click to messenger ads as part of this lead generation flow. And something that I think is really great is having them take a quiz that might have, you talk about intrinsic reward, some sort of goofy or fun, relatable, takeaway that they get from taking the quiz. And of course, you're going to be able to capture their messenger ID, as well as usually you can get an email, possibly also a phone number out of them going through that sequence. So that's how I like to do Facebook lead generation campaigns. Is the quiz, the Recart quiz builder way, but otherwise it's like, give a PDF on 5 tips for losing weight before Christmas or whatever it is. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad example.
It's a very, very valid point. And there's another thing. So the Instagram Messenger Instagram have just released a DM feature, and you could do the same thing. You could collect emails quite smoothly via Instagram DMs. I didn't even talk about that, and that's a very, very good point in terms of collecting emails so swiftly via Messenger, because it's all just pre-populated really, and it's smoother. It's a smoother experience.
Yeah, and I know that Gorgeous has just released their Instagram direct message functionality, and they have rules and macros. So it could be like a customer service Gorgeous play, and then of course you're posting on Instagram saying DM me for details or DM me to get this or whatever. Right? I love it. All right, we have to move into the next session. Kunle, always a blast. You drop so much knowledge. People are like, go back to the last slide. Just remember, guys, we're taking a lot of notes in the show notes, which you can follow along with.
I'll share the slides.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll get a link to the slides in just a minute. Okay. Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.